Building wealth isn't some glamorous overnight jackpot. It's a long, winding path that only starts to bend in your favor after you cross one critical number. And no, it's not $1 million. It's not even $500,000. It's $100,000. Hit that number, and suddenly the rules of money start working for you instead of against you. Most people approach wealth building like climbing a mountain. You work hard, you save, you invest a little here and there. But the summit always seems too far away. The slope is steep, the air gets thin, and every small step feels like it barely makes a difference. But once you cross $100,000, everything changes. It's like reaching the top of the hill and realizing gravity is now on your side. Let's rewind to that first stage of compounding. It's the most brutal part of the journey where most people give up. You're disciplined, putting money away, yet progress feels like watching paint dry. You invest $10,000 and get $600 in returns. It's easy to look at the numbers and think, what's the point? Compounding can feel like a myth at this stage. After you hit $100,000, everything changes. Earning 6% on $100,000 means earning $6,000. It's not just growth. It's growth on top of growth. Your money works harder for you. This is where the magic of compounding stops being a math problem and starts being a force of nature. Suddenly, your money feels alive. It's multiplying on its own. You're no longer pushing a boulder uphill. You're standing on the slope, and the boulder is rolling forward with its own momentum. And that feeling? It changes everything. You become more patient, more disciplined. You stop touching your investments because now you see what they're doing. It's the difference between trying to push a car and sitting behind the wheel with the engine running. But if it's that powerful, why do so few people ever reach that point? The short answer, psychology. The long answer, everything in our world is designed to keep you from getting there. The first obstacle is lifestyle creep. You get a raise, and instead of increasing your savings, you increase your spending. Suddenly, basic needs now include $7 lattes, 3 streaming services, and Uber rides that cost more than the groceries you bought. It's sneaky. You don't notice it happening, but every dollar you could be investing is now funding a lifestyle that doesn't actually make you wealthier. Then there's distraction. One day, you're committed to index funds, and the next, some guy online is screaming about crypto. Then your coworker's cousin made $40,000 trading options. So you panic, pull out your money, chase the next shiny thing, lose money, and start over from scratch. Every reset pushes your timeline further back. It's like planting a seed, then digging it up every 3 weeks to check if it's growing. Add in the emotional roller coaster of the market. Red week panic selling, green week FOMO buying, and you've got a perfect recipe for quitting before the magic happens. Most people don't fail because they can't reach $100,000. They fail because they don't stay invested long enough to let compounding work its slow, boring magic. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Below $100,000, it will feel like nothing's happening. You'll wonder if it's worth it. you'll feel like the world is moving faster than your money. And that's exactly why most people quit. They stop digging just 10 feet away from gold. But the ones who make it, they keep digging. They endure the boredom. They plant the tree and wait for the forest. So how do you get there faster, especially if you're not pulling in a 6-figure salary or sitting on an inheritance? The answer is surprisingly simple: offense and defense. Offense is about boosting income. You don't need to start the next tech startup or become a real estate mogul. You just need one skill people will pay for. Can you edit videos? Tutor kids? Write resumes? Bake cookies? Whatever it is, offer it to people outside your immediate circle. Do a few gigs, then raise your price. Suddenly, that extra $200 a month isn't just spending money. It's rocket fuel for your investments. Defense, on the other hand, is about plugging the holes in your financial bucket. Look at your last 30 days of spending. You'll probably find subscriptions you forgot about, bills you could negotiate, and purchases that didn't actually make you happier. Every dollar you stop wasting is a dollar that can start compounding for you. And the earlier it starts, the longer it works. There's also one weapon most people overlook: automation. The less you have to think about saving and investing, the more likely you are to stay consistent. Use roundup apps that invest your spare change. Set up automatic transfers the day after payday, so the money's gone before you're tempted to spend it. And when you get a raise, increase your automatic contributions immediately. If you never see the extra money, you'll never miss it. Now, let's talk numbers for a second, because this is where things get real. If you invest $250 a month, you'll hit $100,000 in about 20 years. $500 a month gets you there in 12. Push it to $850, and you're crossing that line in just 8 years. It's not magic. It's math. And math doesn't care about your income, your background, or your past mistakes. It only cares about consistency. Now let's say you've mastered the basics. You're investing consistently, trimming the financial fat, and maybe even bringing in some extra income. You're on the path, but you're still wondering how to hit $100,000 faster. That's where the real game begins, because there are two powerful levers that can dramatically speed things up: higher returns and stacking windfalls. Let's start with returns. And no, I don't mean throwing your money at the latest meme coin or praying a penny stock will go to the moon. Chasing big wins is exactly how most people sabotage their compounding before it has a chance to work. Instead, your focus should be on proven, diversified investments that have consistently performed over decades. Things like low-cost index funds. The S&P 500, for example, has historically returned around 8 to 10% annually. That might not sound exciting compared to someone's 200% crypto screenshot, but that consistency is the secret weapon. And here's something most people completely overlook: fees. A 1% management fee might sound tiny, but over 30 years, it can eat away tens of thousands of dollars in potential growth. Keeping your fees under 0.25% and reinvesting your dividends instead of cashing them out might not feel like a big deal now, but those two habits alone can shave literal years off your journey to six figures. The difference between good enough and optimized investing is often the difference between hitting $100,000 in 12 years or hitting it in 9. The second lever, and this is where most people miss out, is stacking windfalls. Most of us treat windfalls like free money. Tax refund? New phone. Work bonus? Weekend getaway. But every dollar you toss into your investments early gets an extra year of compounding that no future contribution can replicate. Think about it. A $1,000 bonus invested today has 30 years to grow. The same $1,000 invested next year only has 29. That's not just an extra deposit, that's an extra year of growth. And those small decisions pile up. I'll give you a real example. Lou is a graphic designer making about $45,000 a year. Nothing flashy. But he decided to approach wealth building differently. Instead of trying to get rich overnight, he focused on stacking small wins. He picked up a few freelance gigs that brought in an extra $400 a month. Then he canceled his cable subscription, negotiated a lower car insurance rate, and found another $200 he could redirect each month. That's $600 going into his investment account, automatically, every month, no questions asked. It didn't feel like much at first. But 10 years later, Lou had crossed the $100,000 mark. And here's the kicker. Without adding another dime, that money doubled to $240,000 in the next 10 years. The snowball had taken over. It wasn't Lou pushing his money anymore. His money was pushing itself. It's about hustling long enough to let your money take over the heavy lifting. Once you cross $100,000, your financial life fundamentally changes. But there's another side to this story. The psychological traps that keep people stuck below 100,000. Money, for better or worse, is deeply emotional. One of the biggest traps is lifestyle inflation. Your expenses rise to meet your income. Many fail to build wealth because they spend every raise. Another trap is shiny object syndrome. You doubt your plan when tempted by the latest trend. Every reset robs you of compounding time. Emotional investing leads to selling during dips, then buying back at higher prices. Stick to your plan. Ignore the noise. Compounding is slow until it's sudden. Wealthy people stay patient during the quiet parts. Keep watering your seed. Growth will come. Automate your savings and investments. Consistency beats intensity. Each dollar is a tiny employee working for decades. Stop viewing compounding as a strategy. See it as a timeline. Early on, discipline is more important than immediate results. Measure progress by your contributions instead of the size of your portfolio. The results will follow once the habit is built. Imagine compounding as a snowball rolling down a hill. It starts tiny and slow, but eventually it becomes unstoppable. The best time to start investing isn't when you're rich, it's when you're broke and the stakes are low. Even if all you can invest right now is $20 a month, do it. It's about momentum and growth. The real freedom comes when your money works for you, allowing you to make choices and live your life fully. The first $100,000 is proof that you can build something from nothing and master the process. Start now, even if it's $5. That tiny step is how every journey to $100,000 begins. Subscribe, like, and comment below to share your journey toward financial freedom. Let's build a community together.